tell me what brings you into counseling today.
Well, I've been just feeling very stressed out with everything that is happening in my life right now.
What are some things that are stressing you out?
Well, my school, to name a couple, my school, my family, my work, and my relationship. But I think right now it's not so. My current relationship.
I see.
I just don't know where our relationship is going, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I'm not fulfilling needs in our relationship. He's much more older than I am, so um, I just feel conflicted. Um, he's wanting to get married and he's wanting to have children, and I'm not ready for that. I want to focus on other things right now, more important things, or that I find important right now.
What are important things that you have shared with him?
Um, I guess what I don't know if I really talked to him. I mean, he knows actually. Right now, what's important for me is getting an education, finishing school, like give me a break. Um, and I feel like he's not taking that into consideration. I'm wanting to focus on school right now. That's important to me. Um, I don't know if and I don't know if he's understanding that, nor is my family. At this age, I'm considered old, but which I don't see myself as old. I still feel like I'm very young, but people in my recent medical at this age group, people tend to be married and have children, and that's not. And the fact that I don't have that, it's kind of a little puzzling for my family as well as for my partner because I feel like he's also hearing people talk and even his parents ask him, hey, when are you gonna get married? You've been living with her for a while. You have been together for a long time. You're not getting any younger, and I feel like he's also feeling pressured. So now he's also starting to ask me, and I know it's disappointing every time I tell him that this is not something that I'm looking for, and this is not something that I want right now. So I'm just trying really to fulfill. So I don't know what to do because I'm like, what if I'm afraid? I'm just feeling guilty and nervous and anxious about our future relationship.
Your cultural values seem to be interfering into the relationship now and your future goals for school.
Yes,
is that correct?
Yes, that's right. I think it has a lot to do with it. And just the way we grew up, my family got married at a very young age. My parents, got married at a very young age, and we got married, and that's kind of like the goal for. That was their goal, my mom's goal, was my dad's goal, get married. That was their main priority. That's not my priority. My priority was to do well in school and to try hard, and it means a lot to me because education is something I value.
What do you believe would be your parents' reaction if you told them that your main priority is school?
I feel like they would understand, but then, like they say they understand, but then they'll make comments, like side comments, like,
the goal is not fully embraced.
Yes, it's not definitely. It just makes me feel very, very conflicted, and it makes me think that this might affect my relationship in many ways. Like he's been acting really weird lately, and I think it has to do with. I think it may have to do with the fact that I'm not doing what he's not wanting to have kids or get married. I don't know if he feels in some way rejected because of that.
What is the time pressure, the expectation to have children?
I guess the time pressure. I don't know. I feel like he's wanting to get married soon because he's turning um, he's turning 35 soon. So, and I'm a couple years younger than him. And to me, I feel like I'm still young. I don't want to have children, and I think he wants to. I honestly think he wants to have a child before he's 36. Um, and I still have like a couple more years to go for school. And I think waiting a couple more years is not going to be acceptable for him. And I feel that either he might leave me, cheat on me. Yeah, I feel like it's not going to last if we don't compromise. And he's been acting, like I said, going back to what I was saying, he's been acting really weird. He was having a conversation with someone on his phone. It's on this new app. It's very popular right now. It's called Snapchat. So what he was doing, he was having a conversation, and you can tell when someone's been having a continuous conversation with someone because a little emoji comes out, and they'll be like a smiley face. And certain emojis mean something, like best friends or best friend community. You've been talking to them continuously, or like has different. Basically, just tells you know how much they've been talking, and that they have been talking for a long time. And then the thing about that one is that when you have a conversation, it can erase, so you can never retract. So if I were to see it, like I couldn't go in there and see his conversation with this person. So he was having a conversation with this person, and it just a lot of thoughts went through my mind.
What is the level of trust you share with your boyfriend?
I've always been very I've always trusted him. There's always been a good trust level between us. But now that this has happened, I do feel like my trust level has decreased, and I don't know whether he is maybe not being honest with me. I feel like he maybe is getting attention from someone else, and that could be because he feels that I'm not giving him the attention. I'm not giving him what he wants, or what he's wanting. So I don't know, and I don't know what. I just felt very sad and betrayed.
Tell me some of the ways you coped when you felt sad and betrayed.
Well, that day when I found out that when I saw that, I just kind of went to my room and I went to my room and I really just cried. And I cried because I don't know why I was crying. So I'm like, I don't even know whether this is happening, and I'm crying. But just the thought of it was so hurtful. Just to think that could be a possibility was very, very, and I didn't know that it could hurt that much. So I went in there, and then he didn't notice because he was busy. He was playing the game in the living room. So I was in there, and I just started listening to music, and that helped me kind of calm down. I just felt like I needed to let it out because I feel like I was feeling so anxious, and I just wanted to like release some of this emotion, and it helped. It was just very, very sad to me, upsetting, knowing that he could be potentially cheating. And I haven't asked him anything. I just don't know how his reaction would be or what he would do. So I just hope that. I don't know. I honestly just hope that he's able to. I hope that he's able to understand at some point that education is important. It's just, I guess, I don't know how to accept this, but I think it's very important to me.
What is the level of communication you have with your boyfriend discussing your personal goals?
We talk about it. We talk about it a lot. We talk about it. There's stuff that's going on, but when it comes to school, I just feel like I don't think we talk about that a lot. I don't think that there's because our level of communication has always been really good. There's just certain subjects that we don't really communicate about, and school is a bit one. And I don't think I've ever explained to him why it's so important to me. And because of my background, where I came from, I wasn't meant to graduate. I wasn't meant to pursue an education. I was meant to went to society expectations where I grew up, where I come, and the environment I was around. I wasn't supposed to even graduate from high school.
Is your boyfriend from the same cultural background?
Yes, he is Mexican American, but he grew up a bit more privileged. He had other opportunities. He comes from a wealthy family in Mexico, so he went to a good school here. So I don't think he understands, that the importance of school and why it's so important to me because I wasn't meant to get out of, out of that environment. And I don't know, it's actually something that I've never really thought about talking to him about why school is important for me. Because yeah, we're the same, we're the same culture, we're both Mexican Americans, but we did grow up differently. He was more privileged than I was, and that's why school's so important to me. Because I had to try extra harder. I had to try extra hard, and I had to really focus. And I don't work like everyone else works. It takes me time to. I have to process things and absorb it, and then I can come and really look at it right and be able to really understand the material that was just shown to me. So it takes me more time, and that's why it takes a lot more time than away from from I guess us doing things.
You value your time and efforts that you put into your work.
Yes, I do value my time and effort that I put into my work, and sometimes that's not okay with. I don't think that's okay with him because it takes away time from me being with him. So it's just very frustrating to say the least. And honestly, sometimes it just makes me. It affects my mood in general.
What are other stressors that are happening in your relationship right now?
Other stressors of school, the possibility of him not being honest.
Well,
You said our relationship, right?
yeah, other stressors.
Yeah, it's him not understanding that, and honestly, I'm just not wanting to even want to, like, I'm not as affectionate now, and I think that has a lot to do with everything that's come about, although I don't know what's going on, I think I don't want him to hug me sometimes. Like I'm typically very affectionate, and I haven't been affectionate with him. Sometimes he'll get close to me, and I just don't want to hug him because I just feel like, why? How can you not understand? Like, why are you making it so hard on me? You're supposed to be supportive, and you're supposed to be my partner, and why are you think he's thinking about his needs, but he's not thinking about my needs? And maybe if he thought about my needs, then maybe I'd be open to being more open to his ideas. And it's always been that way. It's always about me giving, in all my relationships. So I feel like now I'm actually saying something about it, and I'm standing up, and it's just, he's just not liking that. Or no one is. Because I've always been the one to give my 100% to everyone. And when I'm asking for it back, like, no one wants to fulfill my needs, or no one wants to be there for me. So just trying to balance all of that is just really frustrating.
Tell me in what ways you balance, the relationship with your boyfriend, your schedule with work and school, and also the values of your family.
Um, how I balance everything, I've just lately been. I literally have like coming from work. I come from work, go home, eat, then if I have time, I'll read up, I'll catch up on my homework, and then I'll go to class. And when I come back, I just do homework. And usually the weekends is when I use to kind of spend time with my partner. But sometimes he's frustrated that during the week I don't give him time. And then my family, they're very they all are always wanting things from me. Not wanting things from me. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but um, my mom has been okay right now, right? But typically she gets sick, and usually I'm the one to take her to her doctor's appointment. Um, I'm the one to do everything for her, and my dad doesn't. And they place that responsibility on me, and I don't think that's okay. It'd be a different story if this was, I don't mind helping out my parents, of course. I would never mind. But if this is something that I've been doing since I was a young person, since I was a minor, and I don't think that's right, and that's why I'm so drained, and that's why I think I've allowed people to ask. I'm a yes person. Like people ask me for something, like yes, I'll help you for it. I'll help you with it. And now that I'm actually standing up and saying no, it's a problem for everyone. And I just don't think that, um, you know, they they feel like they always place responsibilities on me, and that's not okay because I feel like I've always had to be the parent instead of the parents parenting me. I've been the one parenting my own parents, and I don't think that that's okay. And it's finally getting to me, and now that I've made a commitment to myself that I'm going to focus on my school. Um, it's something like, oh, she's ungrateful, she's not wanting to help her poor parents, and it's like I've always helped out.
In your family, you were assigned the caregiver role. The caregiver role. Does that sound correct?
Yes, I was a caregiver, and my mom's illness sometimes requires a lot of time and effort. Sometimes she can't be left alone. It literally sometimes it handicaps. I don't know if that's the right term, but it does. Um, she needs assistance in every way, and someone sometimes has to be with her 24/7. So um, it's just frustrating that even now that I'm an adult, I'm still having to do that role. When I was doing that role since I was 12 years old. So that was just very frustrating, and it stopped me from doing a lot of things. Like I could have studied at another school, and I didn't. And not that I would have wanted to. I am close to my family, but it has prevented me from doing a lot of things. Maybe my friends, like seeing other people, they have more privilege to do other things and go and not have to think for themselves. Think about themselves, not think about other people. And I didn't have that privilege to think about myself and think about what I wanted to do for myself and what made me happy. I always have to keep my parents into consideration, at least my mom. And it angers me that my dad gave me that responsibility because he was well enough to take care of my mom, but because he's a man, he didn't, and I was a woman, and I was a woman, and I was supposed to take care of her. So it's just been a hard balancing all of that. Right now it's been okay. Like right now, she's actually doing well. So I've been able to step down from that role and focus on more important things. But now it's my partner. I could never win. Now I'm not giving him enough time. So I'm just feeling very.
One problem calms down, and then the other problem occurs.
Yes. Like when I'm already I'm like just when I think that I can focus on myself and that I can, be kind of have that stress lifted off my shoulders, and another problem arises. And it's all within the same thing. Not giving enough, and it requires me to give. I'm tired of always giving, and not, and no, and not having anyone else give to me. You know, it's always me giving a lot of me and just leaves me. I just at the end of the day, I just feel tired and empty. It's just this feeling that it's ugly.
Tell me more about this feeling that is ugly and empty.
This feeling just, I mean, sometimes I literally just want to feel. I just want to, you know, this. It's just this feeling of inadequacy and this feeling of not being good enough and this feeling of me not doing enough. You know, just when I think that I'm being a good, you know, daughter, a good sister, a good partner, you know, girlfriend.
Sounds like there's a lot of pressure.
Yes, there's a lot of pressures from everywhere, and I don't think that they understand that all this pressure that they're putting on me, it's making me feel horrible and just affecting my whole being as a person and making me unhappy. And I'm not an unhappy person. I've always been positive, and because of them being like this, it's just been making me very, very. It's just been making me very negative and 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 sad.
What were things that made you feel happy inside?
I mean, it was nice to like it's nice to know that someone is there for you and supports you. And there was times like my partner was there for me, like when my mom was sick, like he was helping me out and he was there for me. And I wish that he was, and I wish that he was helpful like that because he was. At some point, he was helpful with me. And he did help me out, and he was supportive. And I just want support, and I just want him to be there for me, and tell me that and not be like I feel like you know I'm being criticized a lot. I'm being criticized, and I just wish that he was there for me, you know, the way he used to when he was when my mom was sick. You know, he was there for me, and I just want that back. You know, it's the same. It's another type of issue, but I still want his support, and I hope that I don't know, and I hope that he can go ahead and do that for me again because when he's needed me, I've always been supportive, always, and you can't just pick and choose when you want to be supportive. And I just feel like I've never picked and you know chosen when to be supportive with him. I've always been supportive with him, and I've tried my best, even with being in school. But now, like him acting weird and him having a conversation like with someone else, and that's making me not want to.
I hear that you want him to be supportive and more open to you. And do you want him to strengthen the relationship?
Yes, yeah. Right? I feel like that would be a way to strengthen the relationship. If he was there, I feel like that would help our relationship if he was being supportive. And maybe he was supportive and approached me, then maybe I would tell him about my concerns with the situation of him having a conversation with another female.
I hear your concerns about this private conversation he had on Snapchat.
Yes, and he's always been very open with me. So the fact that he hasn't, like, he will tell me what the content of the conversation is. Any conversation he's having. You know, I don't know, it's weird. He's always told me. Or even if I just ask, because I've always been a curious person, so I'll just ask, like, hey, what did they say, or what are they talking about? You know, just to ask. I've always been like that. And he'll tell me it's nothing, but, like, this time, he hasn't said anything, like, it's not like, you know, I understand if he just spoke to this person once and whatever, he forgot about it, but he's been talking to her continuously, so there has to be some content to it, or you have to be talking about something. And although I didn't approach him about the question, I did ask, oh, what are y'all talking, like, what are y'all talking about? Like, I tried to kind of be, you know, very nonchalant about it, and like it wasn't a big deal. Like, and I was like doing something else while I was asking, so it made it seem like I was wasn't really paying attention to the question, and he was like, nothing, just work. And normally he elaborates, and this time he didn't elaborate. And I was like, and then that's when I thought about confronting him. Like, well, clearly we're talking about something because it's been an ongoing conversation. And but I didn't just because of the fact that I was afraid, that he might show some of his nonverbal or what he says might be proof that it isn't just a regular conversation. So it's just really, really, really making me question everything.
Tell me more about this feeling of being afraid about confronting him.
I'm also very afraid because I rely on him a lot too. Like financially, he helps me out. I don't make as much as he does. So, if he wanted to leave, or if he wanted to cheat, like I feel like I would struggle a lot financially. I know I'm working, but like I said, it's not enough to be able to live on my own. And I don't want to go back home. My family takes a lot out of me, and it's always been great. Even when I was like studying undergrad, it was so hard just to study. It was so hard just to because they always wanted, can you do this, can you do that? Because me being at home means that I could still do work for them or still help them in ways, even though I don't think they understood that I'm trying to do my homework and you're stopping me from doing that. So I feel like going back home would be horrible and much more difficult for me and would really affect me. And I wouldn't really be able to. I would have to do that if our relationship didn't work out. I would have to do that because I wouldn't be able to financially support myself. And he helps me out with that. He helps me out, and my school. He helps me out to pay with school. I mean, I contribute as well, but it's not nearly as much as what he makes. So I feel like I'm thinking about everything that I would lose. Not only, and that's of course like the last thing, but it is still a concern. My concern, I wouldn't want to lose the person I love, but that's another possibility, and that just brings a bunch of anxiety. So I think maybe that's why I'm not wanting to come to the root of the issue, or like wanting to ask.
I hear that you feel anxious and nervous to talk about that topic, but you want a secure relationship.
Yes, I feel anxious and I feel nervous and I do want a secure relationship and in some ways being secure for me, security for me is like, being committed to that person and knowing that I can trust them and then also, financially that does in a way is having some form of security, that I have certain things that are taken care of. And he helps with my school a lot. So I guess in some ways that is him being supportive as well with that, but it's just very, very stressful. And it's just really making me feel anxious. And I feel like at some point I need to be honest with him.
Tell me what are ways to prepare before you are honest with
I
him.
feel like I need to make sure that I'm taking care of myself. I think also that now that I have mental, I used to like work out a lot, and that used to be so helpful for me. And now I stopped doing that. I stopped doing everything that helps me.
Would exercising interest you again?
I think so. I think it helped me before. Maybe I need to start taking care of myself and make sure that I'm mentally prepared and ready. I think if I do that, that it could benefit me in some way. I feel like exercising will help me. I think it can help me. It would relieve some stress.
What people are there for you when you are in times of need?
I can count on my sister. She's always been very helpful for me. Also, my best friend. I'm afraid to talk to my sister though because I feel like she's gonna get really pissed off. Like telling her about the Snapchat thing. I feel like she's very like protective, so I feel like she would get really pissed and want to question my boyfriend. You know, she would probably want to question him, and I feel like that would create problems. Because what if it's not even a big problem? You're not making it. I mean, clearly it is because it's affecting me, but my sister would, she's a hothead, so I feel like if she sees that it's affecting me like this, she would really want to,
And who
get in
she's
on it.
overprotective, she cares about you.
Yes, yeah, she cares. I know she cares a lot. And my best friend though, I can be more honest with her. I mean, she kind of lets me know, like, hey, gives me the real. But I feel like I can talk to her, and there's no judgment there. And yes, she will tell me when something is like not okay. Um, but it's not like my sister. My sister has more access to him. She'll go and find him. She knows more about him. She won't. She's kind of like it's just my sister would take more action as opposed to she would let me know like that's not okay, etc. But will listen to me. I'm just afraid of what my sister will do, and it could potentially affect my relationship 10 times more.
It sounds like your relationship really matters to you, and you want your sisters to accept him.
Yeah. I mean, my relationship with him is very important. Um, like I said, I've been with him for so many years. I invested so much time and effort in this relationship, and I still love this person. It's not like I'm with him just because because it's convenient, because I'm used to it. I actually still have feelings for this person, and not wouldn't be. I know myself, even though it would be difficult, I wouldn't be in this relationship if I didn't have feelings for him. Um, we've gone through so many hardships together. Um, so it is important that my sister, who tends to be more around him, accepts him. So although I'm really close to her, it's really hard for me to be able to talk to her about what's going on, just because I'm afraid that it might affect their relationship. Because every relationship has hardships, and I feel like if my sister remembers things, and she's, I don't want this to affect their relationship. If we do, if we are having problems, but we get past it. But my sister's not gonna forget that, maybe. Or what if she confronts him and he tells her something wrong? She's never gonna forget that.
There's a struggle to bring peace and harmony between all groups.
Yes.
Sound about right?
Yes. So it's just that's why. And right now there has been a harmony within my boyfriend and my family, which wasn't always the case. So I want to maintain that. So yeah, I am close to my sister. She's a good support system for me, and I talk to her about other things. But usually my relationship, I like to leave that out. But yeah.
Okay, let's review what we covered for today's session. Your relationship is very important for you. You understand that your boyfriend is financially supportive, however, he wants to pursue other goals. You also have your own goals in mind. You want to pursue higher education and also, a working professional.
Yeah.
And you do share interest in exercise, which is a very good coping mechanism. And your support system includes your sisters. However, you do struggle finding that peace and harmony between everybody.
Yes.
Okay. So I would like to schedule another session with you. Okay?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.